Hello everyone, Pallytub here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. Hope you guys are having a great day today. We're going to be taking a look at Tyrande Whisperwind today. I'm recording this right after the Chen video where I said I didn't like the changes. I took a little bit of a break because I was starting to get really frustrated. I loved Tyrande's build before. I loved the way she was played, and in a lot of the ways she's similar. And even though the Chen video has only been up for a couple hours, I've already seen some comments in regards to, well, everything you could do before is still in now, but she has even more variety. I kind of disagree with that. But we're going to be playing her today. This is Tyrande after the rework, and I'm going to do my best, team. I'm going to do my best. Keep in mind, if you are going to pick her up in quick match, she is not classified as a support. She is classified as a sustain character. So the enemy team is guaranteed either a Zarya or an Abathur. I don't know who the rest of the sustained characters are. I have no idea.
I heed the voice of Elune.
Are they even guaranteed? Do they not need one? I don't know if this works anymore. Tassadar. He's a sustained character too. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the battlefield of Eternity, what I think is going to be Tyrande's best map just because of how her specific tool set works. I can look at phones, keep everyone on a positive note. Our Q ability no longer heals other targets and myself at the same time. You have to pick and choose. Previously, if you wanted to heal someone on your team and you wanted to heal yourself, you would heal them for the full amount and then you would receive half of that healing back after the fact. That doesn't work anymore. You have to pick and choose each target, and your heal has a very, very long 12-second cooldown that you can lower by auto-attacking enemies. I think for this map, we're not going to really be doing that much long-range sniping. It's not Cursed Hollow, so we're going to go for Lunar Blaze. This is a quest talent at level 1. Hitting heroes with Lunar Flare increases its damage by 3%. After hitting 10 heroes, Lunar Flare no longer has a mana cost. After hitting 20 heroes, it increases the range by 40%. Let's just do a little bit of scouting here. Everybody's missing. So, our Q ability was changed. Our W ability was also changed. It has a talent incorporated in a quest basis. So, our Sentinel, if we continue to hit targets, every 10 targets, I believe, we will gain the ability to pierce through that target, and the Sentinel can carry on going wherever it was going before. And that used to be a talent you could pick up that would just allow the projectile to pierce indefinitely. Now you kind of have to consistently land your ALs over and over and over, which I'm fine with, by the way. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. What I specifically have a problem with is situations like this, where I obviously need a heal, and it's so fucking confusing. The Gul'dan's name is Greymane. It's so confusing. I have a problem with situations like this, where we're clearly losing this fight. We were all pushed out there. We all saw it. And as Tyrande, I cannot go in to auto-attack things to lower my cooldown. I simply cannot do that. I would die. I can't auto-attack the minion wave right now without putting myself in great harm, and I have to heal myself back up as well. It's not just my team that I have to worry about. It's my own HP I have to worry about now as well. So that means just inherently, just on that basis alone, not even talking about any of the other changes, just the cooldown reduction on the Q and the functionality changes simply means that Tyrande will be a character that if you're winning with, you're going to win really hard with. And if you're losing with Tyrande and you're not able to stay in fights, or if the enemy team has a lot of dive or something along those lines, if for whatever reason you just cannot auto-attack, that means that Tyrande inherently is going to be able to not only deal significantly less damage, but she's also going to be able to heal her team significantly less as well. And I think the reason that Blizzard justifies this is by saying, well, she's not a support. She's a sustain character, like Tassadar, like Zarya, like Abathur. I believe those are the only 4. Which means that, well, she's not meant to heal everybody on the team. That's simply not her role anymore. She's been kind of, I thought I had a sippy cup up there. That's why I went up there. It was my fault. She's kind of been redesigned with this new vision in mind, where it is her job to simply sustain her allies. Which if you can't, isn't that what fucking healing is? I don't get that. I don't get that at all. The enemy team does grab the objective, and I will say that they gathered it because I wasn't helping and I wasn't giving the hunter's mark, so totally my fault there. At level, what are we, 4? We can go for Moonlight Arrows. This increases, or decreases, hold on. it increases our cooldown reduction every time we auto attack, effectively decreasing the cooldown. But it's totally reliant on our ability to go in and auto attack. So again, if we're in a situation where we're being completely pushed out of a fight, then all of a sudden this 12-second cooldown of our heal is an actual 12-second cooldown on a heal, and we cannot get any more out of it. And that inherently is what I think feels the worst about Tyrande, especially in a quick match setting, where we may not be getting a tank, we may not have another healer to help fill in these gaps, but what we do have is a 12-second cooldown heal. That is what we do have. Also, just the enemy, I mean, the friendly team, the people like clearing camps, you know, they'll push a minion wave really fast, and I mean, that's what Zul's great at, that's what Gul'dan's great at. I mean, using their cleaves respectively is pretty good at clearing out lanes, which means you have less targets to auto attack and can effectively output less healing. So that's the main complaint that I have about Tyrande, and I don't want to sound like I'm just coming out of a place of hatred and saltiness. Like I've been playing this build for several hours today, and these are just things that I've noticed and things that I feel pretty justified in talking about as someone who's been playing Tyrande since the alpha. Keep in mind that your heal is also very, very low. 12-second cooldown for a 200 heal is, oh man, is not that good. Just saying. We haven't been landing our stun too much, but we also haven't been in, like, full-on confrontation with the enemy team or anything. It's a 342 heal, by the way. I guess we topped off Li Ming's HP, which is why it was for a lesser amount. So I take that part back. Anyway, the other change that I don't like, and this... So let's forget the fact that we don't heal ourselves when we heal other people. They gave that to Uther. That's now Uther functionality, whatever. Let's forget that. What we can then talk about is the fact that we, quite simply, lost one of our strongest utility aspects, which was our level 10 heroic ability. The Shadow Song, I believe it was called. No, Shadow Stalk. That used to just be a global heal. It would put people in stealth, it would heal them up, and they could continue doing whatever they were doing. They would have more health to go in and have more, you guessed it, the word of the day, sustain. But they took that away. It's now stealth that Tyrande can cast on herself, which seems just really strange. Just really strange. And after the stealth is broken, Tyrande gains a 50% movement speed increase and a 50% attack speed increase, effectively turning her into a gimped ranged assassin is what I would describe her as. Not very good at all. I have to auto attack to even have a hope of living here. But my team is leaving me, so what do? I can land that stun, but that's about it. Now I have a 9-second cooldown I have to deal with, and I can't keep any of my allies alive. That's so frustrating. So I think that's the most frustrating thing about her. That cooldown is so long. And I appreciate the fact that she gets so much cooldown reduction. I really do. That being said, if you do have a faster auto attack, then that means you can heal more often with Shadow Stalk, but it's still going off of the idea that you have the ability to actually sit there, position, and trade into the enemy team. Which, in my testing today, is either completely hit or miss. Like, you either have it or you don't. There's really no in between. You're either winning or you're losing team fights. Especially in quick match, where you're not able to draft your comp. Now, all of my complaints may not be warranted in a situation like Hero League, when you can actually build a team around a skill set like this, and it would make a little bit more sense. Keep in mind, I play a lot of quick match. That's most of what I do. That's pretty fun still, though. Those lockdown moments like that. That's still pretty good. I also do like the fact that they keep a counter of how many owls you hit. I think that can be really encouraging. I'm covering that up right now, but right behind me on the screen, there's just a tally. I've hit 8 owls this game, and because of that, I can do certain things, or I gain more piercing with the owls because of that, which I think is cool. I like that a lot. There's the stun. Unfortunately, he started his ultimate, and I healed myself on accident. There's a heal for Varian. I'll keep auto-attacking. I'll keep auto-attacking. There's another heal for Varian. Notice how low Li Ming is, and she just has to wait. There's no AoE healing here, baby girl. We ain't no Karazim. I can Shadow Stalk. Wait a minute. Starfall more or less is unchanged at level 10. It just deals damage like it always has. The level 20 upgrade, I think, is really, really cool. I like the level 20 upgrade quite a lot. What it does is it applies the Hunter's Mark, which is our trait, to everything that's in the... Oh, double stun, yes! Everything that's in the area for the Starfall. So that means all of a sudden you're making a whole area take 25% increased damage as long as they stay in that area. So if you couple that with like a mosh pit or like really good roots from Malfurion, if you're running double support or something, all of a sudden that could be really, really strong. And I think that's really rewarding, just for the record. Like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm just trying to be negative for the sake of being negative. I'm actually giving real criticisms that I have, and I think they're well-founded. The drastic change in Tyrande has also caused her win rate to fall just a little bit, a few percentages. But that may just be people still trying to figure things out because, like I said, pretty drastically different. And in a situation like this where we're running away from a battle, but I still have allies to heal up, I'm completely crippled by the really, really long cooldown that's stopping me from actually providing sustain to my team, which is supposed to be the entire purpose of my role in Quick Match. Honestly, I truly believe she should just be recategorized as a specialist, and that would solve 90% of my complaints. It's just this expectation that I'm actually able to keep people alive when we have effectively less healing than a Tassadar, if Tassadar is playing a healing role. Granted, Tassadar is now an attacking role as well, and I don't like that either! Fuck, I'm turning into an old man. I don't like anything. Alright, now, I think I've said everything I wanted to say. You guys, of course, can have your own opinions about this, and if I'm drastically missing the mark, I would love to hear your opinion. This isn't me just being a fucking grouchy old man and spouting my ideals. Like, if you think that there's a better outlook on this, I would really love to hear it. I have to auto-attack this Genji to stay alive. Looks like we were able to do just that. Now, do I heal myself or do I heal Li Ming? If I heal Li Ming, she can go back into battle. If I healed myself, I could go into battle and then heal her again in a few seconds. But I guess neither of those options are happening. Now, level 13. This is where things start to turn around just a little bit. So you can get the reduced Sentinel cooldown. Reduce the Sentinel cooldown by 4 seconds each time it hits a hero. This does not reduce the cooldowns of all of your abilities. So I don't like it, basically, is what I'm saying. It just means you can throw more owls and deal more damage. I would rather get the Harsh Moonlight. Sentinel slows the target by 30%, reduces their damage. If you see a Genji coming in with that Dragon Blade of his and trying to burst your team down, you can simply hit him with an owl, and all of a sudden his damage is going to be significantly lowered. Jim Raynor is going to be taken down there. We don't have Starfall, but we can make Alarak vulnerable, heal ourselves, go attack something, and then heal Varian up in a moment. Now, the general playstyle of Tyrande, I feel, gets more and more complicated as the game progresses, because at level 16, we're also going to have to make the decision of, do we keep ourselves at a high health to increase our healing amount, or do we simply heal our allies because they're dying? It's like everything you're doing, you have to think ahead about 4 seconds, which is how long it's going to take for you to move in, auto-attack something. And there's no guarantee that if you heal yourself to keep your health high, that your allies will live long enough for that decision to actually fucking matter. Let's back it up just a little bit. Let's try to let Varian go in first here. Really nice corruption. We should be okay. I mean, if Murky wants to trade into me, we can definitely get a lot of healing out of that. Whoa! What did all that damage? What the fuck was that? Did Li Ming hit him with some balls? Damn, Li Ming. You got nice balls. Real nice balls, Li Ming. Ouch. Healed myself. Have to back away. 5. Shit. Shit. Yeah, fucked up there, team. Fucked up. My bad. I wanted to chase down that Jim Raynor really bad. So as of right now, we are 2.5. 2.25 kills, 13.75 assists, 1 death, 13,000 damage, which is, I think I could be doing better. and siege damage, excuse me, 14,000 hero damage. That's what I think it could be doing better on. And then our healing is double that of the sustain of Tassadar, which I find really odd. But Tassadar is also a great example of a sustain character that has a significantly better time in Hero League. He makes perfect sense in Hero League. You draft a Tassadar and an Ariel with a Vala, and that Vala can live through just about everything that the world has ever seen. But I mean, we can just kill him if you want to. Okay. But you put Tassadar in a situation like this, and it can be really, really difficult to make that Tassadar feel impactful. At level 16, we are going to go for Overflowing Light, increases Light of Elune healing while at high health. But again, this was the decision-making that I was talking about. We have to decide, do we keep ourselves at high health, or do we heal our allies for basically double the amount of what it would do otherwise? Actually, that's not even close. What is it, a 30%? Yeah, it's 30% increase, so not even that significant. But still, decent output increase. We are rotating down to the bottom league to join the rest of our team. This game's been going pretty well. I mean, no real complaints here. I've just been sharing my thoughts on the character. And again, I don't want to sound like I'm just being a negative fucking Nancy over here. I really don't. I like to think that most of you give me the benefit of the doubt when I have complaints. I hope you know that they're well-founded and something that I actually believe in, and it's not just my gut reaction. Fucking, I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm spouting negativity, I guess. Criticisms are different. We are going to head to the middle of the map, take over our camp. Should be relatively easy. Li Ming. Those dogs really like Li Ming. That's weird. I do think, by the way, that this is the best map that we could have gotten for this video. Pretty good circumstances, because we can move in and attack the Immortal and get all of that cooldown reduction to keep our allies alive. And there are basically like points in the game where the enemy team will be off doing their own thing, and that can give me a second to really catch up on healing. We're at 17 stuns land this game. We're at 16 owls landed this game. Make that 17. Called it. The owl being at 17 means that I can pierce through one target and hit another with that damage, but we don't have the increased damage based on the path traveled. Oh, the reason why I don't like the owl build as much now, even though it has the inherent piercing built in, you don't have to take talent for it, is the simple fact that you no longer get the width increase for the talent either, which means that it's significantly harder to deal damage to a wide array of enemies. You're usually just hitting one or two enemies, whereas before with the piercing, you could cleave an entire team. Even at close range, you could cleave an entire team and deal quite a bit of damage. Let's go ahead and add vulnerability onto that Alarak there. I feel like I can stand in this Hyperion, no problem. Not too worried about that. We do have our ultimate. Hey. You gonna be right here? It was close. It was close, team. It was real close. We'll just put that here. Don't mind me. Nice! Nice! And our team's playing really well. I mean, like I said, this is a pretty good situation for the build. Pretty good situation. What I found earlier in the day when I was trying to practice this is because of the decision where that you have to make, you can't heal your ally and yourself. Essentially what I found was when Genjis would jump on my backline, usually it'd be a Genji with an Illidan or a Genji with a Tracer, or, you know, a double engage basically is what I'm saying. When they decide to stick to Tyrande, it feels really helpless now. Because you're watching your allies die around you, you're trying to heal yourself with a very, very low cooldown, and also trying to reposition at the same time, which for most of the day led me to just trying to Marine Micro away from something and still dying regardless. But again, that was in a quick match situation where my team didn't really have peels, my team didn't have CC, and it was all just a bunch of fucking assassins and me trying to keep them alive. Which can definitely skew my opinion, for sure. Stun going out is going to hit Jim Raynor. Very nicely done, if I do say so myself. Genji on our backline. We should be able to keep these guys alive. Yeah. Yeah. As long as I'm not getting focused, I actually get a ton of healing increases. I got to heal for Varian here. But as you can see, when my health kind of dips low, we do have to make that decision. Do I want to heal our team to keep them in the fight, or do I want to heal myself, try to auto-attack something, and then get those bonus healing, which might keep them alive even longer. This guy is going to be on the core. We should try to go in. this is the increased range on our stun. I'll go ahead and show you right now. That's the increased range, so we were able to hit Jim Raynor with it right on the edge of that range. And that's going to be G. Again, I didn't want to just sound like a negative Nancy over here. I'm not afraid of change, and I tried to give this build a fair chance, but this is the first game I had all day where it kind of made sense. I do think, however, in Hero League, she can still have just a perfect place. Like, it'll make a lot of sense, especially paired up with single target stuns. Like, we had Zul in this game, and we had Varian going in with the charges, so it was really, really easy to just drop that Lunar Flare right on top of that target, deal that increased damage. I didn't even play her that optimally. As far as damage output went, I could have used the True Shot Aura a lot more, and I didn't do that. But that's the new Tyrande. A lot more damage, a lot less healing, very focused on auto-attacking to get more healing out, which, again, I think is super punishing if you're losing and feels great if you're winning. I think it felt fine that game. So the talents I used in today's video, if you want to play along, we have Lunar Blaze at level 1. That's our new quest talent. We have Moonlight Arrows, True Shot Aura, Starfall, Harsh Moonlight, Overflowing Light, Celestial Wrath, and a loot chest. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I hope you understand that I had criticisms. I don't love everything. Let's just put it that way. I don't love everything. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Forever. Goodbye forever until tomorrow.